All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And as many of you guys are aware of by now, the uniform for my man Bobby dropped this morning after the reset. And I got to playing with it. And it went from me being excited at the possibility, the small possibility that Bobby could be getting better than he was, to just being completely heartbroken by this poor excuse of a uniform for a character that's supposed to be as powerful as he should be, right? I'm just so disappointed with the Future Fight team. It seems like this ICEMAN patch was just all about patching a hole that they've been creating in their own wallets, right? Everything from the login, there's 2 different screens telling you about this uniform. And then if you go here, there's a dollar store that came in. And then if you go to the shop, get out of my face, because I'm actually not buying nothing right now, right? You go here, there's an ICEMAN chest. Like, there's 4 different things basically that they put in the game to go along with this patch. Most of it just has to do with them making money, right? It's very disappointing. And I'm not here to advocate, oh, be free to play forever, never support the game, da 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 da. Obviously not. You can look over here by all of my subscription. Like, when they do good, I support them, right? This Black Bolt uniform was a banger, right? So I bought it. I told you guys, it's an amazing upgrade. Go get it, right? Medusa, banger, right? I love the fact that they gave away Thane for free, right? So I bought this Mythic Pass, right? I support good things when they do it. But I would be a hypocrite if I'm going to say, yo, this uniform for ICEMAN is bad, and then I'm going to still spend money on, nah, bro, nah. I'm not spending no money on nothing that come along with this ICEMAN patch. I'm sorry. I already bought the uniform, and I'm already disgusted by it. And the thing about this that makes me so upset is I see so many people hitting me up, and they're so mad about ICEMAN being so trash, and that hate transfers over to other characters in the game. And this is a direct result of Netmarble's poor handling of characters that are supposed to be strong, right? For example, because of the fact that we now have our first official uniform for ICEMAN, and he's still lackluster, still nowhere close to what he's supposed to be. If you're not the biggest ICEMAN fan, let me just give you a brief synopsis of how strong of a character ICEMAN is, right? ICEMAN, if he wanted to, if he stopped being a hero, a goody two, you know what I'm saying, like a goody two shoe, right? He could literally take the entire planet back into an ice age, right? And there's not a damn thing you could do about it, right? If you try to kill him, he could literally reconstruct his entire body, bro, from a droplet of water. I mean, moisture in the air. He could literally freaking recreate his own. Yo, ICEMAN is that kind of a powerhouse. So the fact that ICEMAN is one of the worst characters, in my opinion, in the game, it's sad. He's not top 50, bro. There's 227 characters in the game. He's barely top 100, if that even, right? And a lot of that comes from his survivability or lack thereof, which survivability should not even be a thing for a character that's supposed to be able to recreate his very being from a droplet of water, bro. Like, it don't make no type of sense to me, right? But it doesn't have to make sense because he can make dollars, right? Why? Because he's super popular, and they know that regardless of how trash this uniform is, people will buy it. Honestly, ICEMAN, like so many others before him, is actually a victim of his own popularity. Because he's so popular, because people love him so much, and they know these uniforms will sell, that's the reason why he got such a lackluster uniform. Look at Kamala Khan, right? She got a uniform, and I'm not going to hate on her because I absolutely love the uniform and I love the direction that they went with the character, right? However, the reason why Kamala's uniform is as good as it currently is, and I still have her at level 60, but she bangs and bangs really hard, right? Is because right now, she's at the peak of her popularity. She may never be as popular as she is right now thanks to the Marvel Avengers game. So they want to capitalize on this moment that she has right now. She may never get another uniform that comes anywhere close to the kind of an upgrade that she's receiving here. The most you'll probably get is a small incremental upgrade on another uniform and an awakened skill, right? Besides that, she may never get a bigger upgrade than this one. However, because ICEMAN and many characters like him are extremely popular and they have many different looks in the comics, they do things that they do quite often with fan favorites. For example, people like Iron Man. You go here and he has freaking 10 different uniforms. You take a character like Iron Man that they give you for free at the start of the game, and then you basically just stretch out how much of an improvement that you give him year after year after year after year. And before you know it, you take a character that is free to play and you make him cost 10,000 crystals. Same thing for somebody like Captain America. Another character that they give you for free, but they make sure they get a return on that quote unquote free that they gave you for, right? Same thing for Black Widow. 10 different units. Same thing for the Hulk. He's finally good now. Still doesn't have accumulation, which means there's a hole there. There is room for future improvement. And that's what Netmarble does. That's what the Future Fight team does. When they design uniforms for characters, right, they leave specific holes there that they can go back and patch later on with future uniforms. Because if they gave every character that should be powerful, I'm not saying every character in general, but every character that should be powerful, if they gave them all a Namor level upgrade, what would they give them next? Right? You would just, as a content creator, would just like, yo, don't buy this next uniform. This one is good enough, right? Even with Namor, a character that's at the pinnacle of the game, they leave specific holes in his kit that they can easily patch later on. For example, one major hole. Namor, when he's in water, he heals. We have 2 different uniforms for Namor. Well, 2 different uniforms. Anyway, they basically feel like 2 different uniforms because one's a hero, right, and one's a villain, and they look pretty much completely different because of the attire. Anyway, you have 2 different looks for Namor. They play pretty much the same, but one has element and one doesn't. But either way, right, neither version of Namor has any kind of healing. So basically, all they have to do in the future is just add healing on a uniform, and bang, instant sale. Instant must-buy uniform for Namor. And this is something that they do quite often. They leave specific holes in characters' kit because they know it's an easy fix later on down the road. There is no one that can tell me that they don't know ICEMAN is supposed to have a heal in this kit. There's nobody that can tell me that they don't know ICEMAN is one of the most powerful mutants in all of X-Men comics. There's no one that can tell me that, right? There's no one that can tell me that they don't know Emma Frost is supposed to be way better than she currently is in the game after 2 different uniforms. But characters like Emma Frost, they're victims of their own popularity. There is endless amount of money to be made here. So because of that, they get small, incremental upgrades. And they're basically just forever second best, second fiddle, waiting for another uniform to give them a small upgrade. And after maybe 5 or 6 different upgrades, then they finally get to where somebody like Iron Man currently sits, which is a very good character. Many people may not use him from everyday usage, but at the end of the day, when Black Friday rolls around, I would still tell you this is the must-buy uniform because it's still really, really good. It's just that there's so many characters in the game and not that many places to use them. So obviously, you're not going to use Iron Man every single day, but that doesn't mean the uniform is bad, right? It just makes my blood boil to see things like this. And because of the fact that they keep shitting on fan favorite characters by basically making them underpowered to sell future uniforms, people go from hating Netmarble to hating their creations, right? For example, like Luna Snow. Now that we have a uniform for ICEMAN and we see what they're doing, right? Or at least I see it. If you haven't seen it, wake up, open your eyes, right? People are starting to hate Luna Snow because they look at her as everything that ICEMAN should have, could have, and may never be, right? This character came out of nowhere. Let me say this, I am not a hater. I love all of my OC characters. I love all of them. And when they're bad, it makes me upset. Like War Tiger, like Sunbird, like Crescent, right? I like all of the OC characters for the most part. And if they make more, I'll support them because I like originality, right? However, the fact is, this girl has 4 different ways in her kit to heal herself. 4, right? Tier 3 skill. ICEMAN doesn't have that. That's fine, right? 4th skill heals her. 5th skill heals her. And then here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, right? They cannot even put 1 heal on ICEMAN skill. Not 1, right? And he's a character that can create himself, like recreate, reconstruct his very being from a droplet of water, right? But they can put a heal on her basic skill, this thing that you will never use, right? It's right there, 2% every second. She's constantly healing. But Iceman can't get a heal? Listen, this is not about Luna Snow or her being strong or nothing like that. I'm just saying, if you ever see people hating on Luna Snow, it's not because she's bad. It's not because people hate OCs per se. It's just because of situations like this. You have a character like Bobby Drake, Iceman, right, who is supposed to be one of the most powerful characters in the game. And then we have, in most people's opinion, a ripoff, a look-alike, a character that came out of nowhere, right? And she's basically stronger than him, and he may never be this strong. And for no good reason, because like you can have two powerful ice characters. You know what I'm saying? We have multiple fire characters that are really strong. I'm just saying, why can we not have two strong ice characters with healing in their kit? Like, she's speed, she's female, he's blast, he's male. You're not stepping on any toes, Netmarble. What's the deal? Right? So, anyways, man, I'm really upset about this uniforms. Sorry about the rant, but if you see people cussing Netmarble, it is what it is, bro. Like, they're basically just spacing out these upgrades for these characters because they see that they, again, if they gave him accumulation, they gave him 4 different heals and everything that they give to Luna Snow, what would they give to him later on when they want to sell another uniform for it? Just more damage. We could just easily say, well, he's good enough already. You don't need to buy it. Just like how many people still don't have the new uniform for Luna Snow, because even though this one right here is better than this one is still plenty powerful. So many people are not like forced to buy this one, right? So anyways, man, I'm going to wrap it up right here. It's really disgusting to see how they treat fan favorite characters from time to time, where they space out the upgrades over so many years and so many different uniforms, where even if a character is free to play, you can spend 10,000 crystals on them. So just imagine what they'll do to a character that costs you 2,500 crystals just to unlock, another 2,500, whether it's a mega tier 2 ticket or just his bios, and then a uniform for him being trashed. You cannot expect people to be okay with this, right? And the fact is, this is the same kind of an upgrade that we saw for the first uniform for Emma Frost. So it just basically shows us what their trajectory is, right? So you could easily say now, okay, they sold us Mystique, and Mystique is really good. Yes, Mystique is really good, guys. But this is how Mystique looks most of the time, to be honest. So she's probably not going to get very many uniforms. So that's part of what you need to consider. Emma Frost is a fashion queen, right? She's basically have a new look for pretty much every comic run she's featured in. So this is money. This is walking money for them, right? So all they have to do is just recolor the skill, repurpose the skills, and yeah, that's it. They don't need to do any kind of real work to sell a uniform for Emma Frost because she's a victim of her own popularity. It's just what it is. Bobby has a few different looks as well, right? So that's what they're doing. They're feeding off the popularity of these characters, and you, hopefully now, are not a blind soldier and you're just gonna freaking support this every time. I hope that's not you guys, okay? Let the content creators buy these uniforms, buy these characters, and then test them, and then let you know whether or not you should spend your hard-earned dollars on it. And anybody who tells you that you're complaining for no reason, you can tell them to go suck it, right? Because you go to work, you earn your dollars, so you are entitled to say how you feel when you spend your money on a product. That's facts. Those are the same people, if they go to a store or they go out to eat and their food doesn't come back the right way, they'll complain. So why can't you complain when you spend your money on a video game? Why? Because it's a video game? Forget that, bro. Anyways, this Iceman uniform is a major letdown, and it should not have been. You know what I'm saying? Especially considering it's a first uniform. Like, it should have been a significant upgrade, or at least giving him one of the major things he lacked, which was a heal. I'm just saying. Guys, if you dislike the video, that's fine. If you like the video, that's fine. You know me, when a character gets a uniform, I hype it up if it deserves to be hyped. You know what I'm saying? You can go check. I have multiple different videos on Medusa, right? I have multiple videos on Black Bolt. But some people, whenever something is bad, they expect me to just either say something about it once or never say anything about it at all. And that's not me, right? That's not me. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's just it, all right? So catch you guys in the next one. I'm definitely still going to invest a little bit more into like into playing with them, just because I was gonna get into gear 25 and just max him out and drop a CTP of Rage on him, because I know there's some of you guys out there who already bought this uniform where you're just going to buy it just out of love, right? So I want to see what you can possibly do with them. And if anyone hasn't bought it yet, maybe they're still on the fence after seeing the first impression video, right? Maybe they're still thinking about buying it. So I wanted to do a follow-up video in the future so that you can see, hey, maybe it's not worth it, even though he's on sale right now for 30% off. That's all I'm saying. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Leave me your thoughts on the character if you got the uniform. Do you think he's worth all the crystals that you need to invest? And the crystals you're going to need to invest in the future for him to finally become top tier. Because this is not where he's going to end, okay? There's at least a couple more uniforms in his future. Especially if they space out the upgrades and just give you like small increases like they've done for so many other characters. Look how many Ant-Man uniforms we have, Star-Lord uniforms, Hulk uniforms. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all these. Just keep in mind, some of these may be for gold now, but when they were released, they were sold for crystals. You all right? So 750, 1,000, what? 1,000 and then 630. And then the same thing, bro. Over and over and over again. Because the character is really popular and people will blindly support that popularity. Sometimes they don't deserve our loyalty. And I feel like this is one of those times. That's just what it is. I'm gone. Peace.